fingers are outstretched in Pran Mudra. And as you press your thumb to your ring finger, your little finger, and the two fingers outstretched, it's like the grounding rods to the earth, the fingers that are outstretched. And we can either place them on our thighs or wherever is comfortable on our body as we sit down or kneel in a comfortable position. As you start to breathe deep through your body, noticing your inhale, lengthening, lifting, and expanding the front of your body. Your exhale, softening your shoulders, drawing lower belly in, noticing the ground below. And tonight with Pran Mudra, Pran connects us to our earth element and our root chakra, Muladhara. We're going to start to breathe around our root chakra, around the base of our pelvis, our tailbone, and down through our legs, our feet to the earth. Feeling the contact with the earth and the points of your body that are placed on the earth, and then rising up from your body, through your body, with your breath as you inhale, filling up fully, as you exhale, softening down and grounding, drawing lower belly in. Inhale to rise up, expanding your heart, your lungs in all directions. And exhale, softening down, noticing the ground below and your root chakra. Possibly you lift up through your pelvic floor at the end of your exhale as well. Let's take 5 more breaths like this, breathing deep through our body, through our lungs, massaging our hearts, and feeling our body with the earth elements as our body is full of the bones and muscles, organs, ligaments, the sinews and the fascia, the skin of our body, all connects to the earth. As we breathe deep, expanding your awareness to your own relationship with the earth. What do you feel, how you connect to the earth and to your own body? Taking a few more breaths like this, please. I'm just going to close my door and get a chance to before. And noticing the fingers outstretched in Pran Mudra, like grounding rods again, moving the energy that you'd like to release as you exhale down to the ground through your fingers of your index finger and your middle finger, and lifting with your inhale, drawing up earth energy up through your body with your breath. As you exhale, sending any releasing energy that you'd like to down to the earth. And as you inhale, drawing up through your body with the earth energy, drawing up the strength, the grounded growth of the earth. Taking one more breath, please. Now let's take 5 breaths with a count of 6. Inhale and exhale, equanimous breath. With an inhale for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep that going, and I'll tell you about the fingers in relation to the elements and the elements within you. The little finger corresponds with water, your thumb with fire, and your ring finger with earth. So in this mudra, we're pressing the thumb, the ring finger, and the little finger together with fire, earth, and water, the 3 lower chakras of our body. And then our middle finger connects to space in our throat chakra, and the space of our breath, the space of our body, the space around our body. And our index finger connects to our hearts with air, and the air that we breathe through our lungs, massaging our hearts, the air around us, the air flowing through us, oxygenating our blood. These 5 elements balancing through with your breath and your movement practice, with your yoga and your intention. So now let's set our intention. Maybe you set an intention that's relevant to you, connecting to the earth element of your body, of your physical body, and the earth of the planet, of Mother Earth, all around us. If you were to create a prayer or a wish or an invitation or an affirmation, how would this be in relation to the earth? Great, let's now relax our hands, maybe shake them and twinkle your fingers out a little bit to the sides. We'll now interlace the fingers and press the palms of your hands away. We're going to stretch through your shoulders. We'll duck our head down, tucking your chin into your chest, and draw lower belly in. Feel the back and the shoulders expanding, trying to broaden them and widen them. With an inhale, let's draw the palms towards our heart, lift up through our spine, looking up. As you exhale, round slightly, pressing the palms away. And keep that going with your breath. Inhale, drawing the palms towards you, looking up. Exhale to round, press the palms away. Noticing your breath with the movement and trying to combine the smoothness of your movement with your breath. And this can be done kneeling or cross-legged, just however you are. One more breath as you exhale, press away, and inhale, lifting up through your heart, lifting your gaze. Great, let's open the arms wide to the sides, and then just spiral them one way, swaying them over your head, and then the other way. Linking this with your breath as well. Maybe you exhale to one side and inhale to the other. And like we're growing as a seed from the ground, creating a spiral formation in a way as nature grows with the spiral. One more breath, ending on the opposite side you didn't start with, please. And then let's pause on this side for a few more breaths. Lifting our heart, lifting our gaze, looking up, softening your shoulder back, feeling the length of your spine and the slight curve through your spine. Great, let's go to the other side, breathing deep, reaching over, feel your rib cage, feel the lungs expanding, your rib cage out to the sides a little bit, lifting your heart, lifting your gaze up, perhaps softening your jaw and shoulders. Great, let's now take both hands to the back space, interlacing your fingers, drawing your shoulder blades together. Compress the palms down to the floor if that's available for you, lifting your heart and gaze, or just keep the hands hovering. We can relax them to your lower back if it's a bit strong. And then let's just turn one way, over one shoulder, and turn the other way. Keep that going, and again, link it with your breath. Inhale one side, exhale the other. Keep it going a few more times, softening your neck and your jaw as this stretches the back of the neck, and you'll be feeling it there with your shoulder blades. One more breath, and ending on the opposite side you started with again. And then let's come back to center. Inhale, reach the hands up to the top, and exhale, hands to your heart, sealing this in with your intention. Come to kneeling, please, now if you're cross-legged. We're going to shake out your legs before you come to kneeling if you need to as well. And we'll do a movement with our lifting up from our kneeling position, lifting the body up to the sky, pressing the palms together again. Exhale, carefully lower down, drawing the lower belly in and reaching the hands forward a bit into child's pose as you soften all the way down to the earth. Have a breath here through the back of your body, relaxing your jaw, your face, relaxing through your shoulders. And then on your next inhale, starting to rise up in a high kneeling position again, lifting the hands up overhead, hands to touch with the palms together. Exhale, lowering down, separating the hands as you bow with your prayer to your body into the earth. And then having an extra breath here again, softening through your shoulders, your face and your jaw.
Feeling the earth below, letting go any tension, letting it drop out of you with your breath.
One more time. Inhale, let's reach up to the top. Pressing palms together, looking up, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, bowing down, palms forward, drawing lower belly in. Feel the stretch through the lower back and your core holding you there. And then let's soften all the way down. Let's take our hands over to one side of the mat. So you're stretching over to that side more, pressing the hips back to your heels. And then taking the hands over to the other side of the mat for a breath, pressing both hips back, feeling into your breath wide. Inhale, coming forward. Let's take both hands, palms together again, and the prayer to the back of your head. Soften across your shoulders, widen them as well, and feel the expanse of your breath again, through your lungs, through the back of the rib cage, noticing your breath. Let's take 2 more breaths here, please, with a stretch through the upper arms and wherever you feel in your body. Maybe as you exhale, sighing out, releasing even more to the earth. And then let's come forward onto tabletop, pressing hands under shoulders, spreading fingers and thumb. A little sway if you want to balance and just get aligned. Knees are under hips and feet are pressing down. Press to the toes and try to get all your toes, even your little toes, on the ground. Notice as you press, you can feel the grounding, the rooting action of the body with more strength, and we can lift up from this, lifting through all the muscles of our arms, our legs, our spine, our body. Inhale to look forward, lengthen, send tailbone back. Exhale to ground through your spine, drop through lower belly and pelvic core again. Inhale to lengthen, looking forward, sending hips back. Exhale to ground, press the ground away, arching. Once more, inhale, noticing your feet again, your toes, the fingers and thumbs spread. Exhale, rounding, feeling a slight lift from the palms up through your core line of your arms and your lower belly. Inhale to a flat back. Let's walk our hands back a little bit so that they're about halfway in between your normal position. And then lift up your knees off the ground to stretch the front of your shins, the front of your feet. And then you can do some little bounces, which will make it a bit harder. And when you're ready, just soften down, softening into child's pose just for a rest. So trying a few more bounces if that's for you, or softening into child's pose when you're ready once again. One more breath, either bouncing or in your child's pose. And then let's come forwards, coming low to the ground into a high cobra. As you drop your pelvis, lift your heart, send your shoulders back, feel the feet and your toes again grounding. Exhale, take your hips back to child's pose and keep that going with your breath. Inhale, low to the ground, coming forward. Elbows draw in and keep them slightly bent as you lift your heart, soften shoulders back and down. Exhale, moving the hips back to the heels, stretching out. One more time. Inhale, moving parallel forward. As you lengthen and lift from your heart, feel the length of your spine. Exhale, let's tuck our toes under now. Lift the knees off the ground. And again, you can do some little pulses here to make it harder, or just stay in stillness. And if you need to rest, take your knees down. Again, let's have 2 more breaths, either pulsing or stillness or knees down. Great, and then let's press our hips back and up for downward facing dog. Having a walkout or paddle through your legs. One heel presses down and then the other. Feel the stretch through the back of the legs, the back of the body, from the hips through the spine. And then as you press your hands, grounding and spreading all the fingers and the thumbs, feel the lift from the center of the palm again, up through the arms, drawing your shoulders up away from your ears slightly, and feeling your heart moving towards your thighs slightly. Your gaze to your knees,
One more breath. Let's now come forward into a plank position. You can have your knees down if you need to. Looking forward, lift up the hips a bit so you protect your lower back and activate your core with efficiency. Feel the feet and press back to the heels. Feel the inner arches up to your inner thighs. Lift your inner thighs up a little bit with the action, firming your thighs. Notice the difference. Feel your lower belly drawing in. Let's pulse back to down dog as we exhale. And then inhale forward to plank. You can rest if you need to anytime in child's pose again, or take your knees down to the ground. One more time, back to down dog as you exhale. Inhale forward to plank. Strong and pressing away from the ground, lifting through your core. Great, let's go back to down dog now, please. And then walk the feet all the way to the top of the mat. One foot after the other. Widen your feet to the sides of the mat once you get to the top. Let's bend the knees and dangle with our feet a bit wider than usual. Feeling into the outer edges of the feet and the inner arches. Notice your feet grounding, balanced and equal with all the toes. Maybe you spread the toes out to the sides as you sway. You can have your hands to opposite forearms or just dangling to the ground. And let's take a few sways now with the hands dangling, as if you could paint nice colour, imaginary colour in front of you, on your mat, on the ground, swishing and sending love through your house to the earth below your house, sending this love through the roots of your house, the foundations, to all the roots of the trees, the plants, the earth around you, and this flowing in circumference all around, all through the earth. Great, let's come to a center point and then walk your feet in so that they're hip distance apart again, please. Parallel the feet. Let's bend the knees a little bit. With an inhale, we're going to open the arms wide to the sides, take a chair form with the knees bent and the hips back. Draw up through lower belly and lengthen through your spine. As you inhale, come up to the top again, pressing your palms together, hands to your heart. And we'll keep going like this. As we inhale, take chair again, bending the knees, hips back, draw up through your lower belly. Exhale here as well. Inhale, reach the hands up again, press the palms together, and exhale, hands to your heart. Once more. Inhale, arms wide like wings, feeling into the strength of your legs, your feet, your shins. Exhale here, draw lower belly in. Inhale, reach the hands up, palms pressed together, and exhale, hands to your hearts. Great, let's take our hands behind us, interlace your fingers, and the palms are facing each other, whichever way, whichever index finger and thumb is on top of the other. Let's just switch to the other side, so it's the opposite, tighter side that we're working with. You'll probably feel the tighter shoulder being a bit activated by that. Maybe taking your hands a little bit away from your back, stretching them if you want a deeper stretch, or you can just relax them halfway or even to your glutes, the back a bit more. And let's just stay here for a few more breaths. Looking up now, lengthen and notice your toes, notice your feet, the outer edges of the feet, the inner arches, drawing up through your legs. Feel your thighs and try to widen your thighs tiny bit out to the sides to widen across the pelvis and the hips. Take the tailbone down in the action with the hands pressing behind you a little bit in your awareness, and lift up one more breath. Great, let's now relax, bending our knees, and then diving forward with the hands behind you. Maybe the hands can lift in the air as much as you like and stretch over you, actively stretching them above your shoulders and head. Or you can take them down and just have a halfway, or rest them on your lower back if you need to. If you want to rest, maybe just have a little shake and a sway. And after you've had that nice stretch, maybe come to this as well. And then let's let go of the hands and sweep them forwards as we come up all the way to the top again, turning the palms to each other and pressing your hands to your heart. Great, let's do some Qigong movements now, and that was kind of a little bit of Qigong as well. As you ground to both feet, feel the edges of the feet again, the inner arches, and let's lift our toes off the ground, spreading the toes wide in all directions. Take your palms out to the sides, keep the toes lifted. With an inhale, let's reach up, the hands overhead. As you exhale, bend your knees, hands forwards with the palms moving out and lowering all the way down. When your fingers get near the ground, take the toes down to the ground. Inhale, let's come up with a sweeping arms to the side motion, lifting all the way up to the top. Lift your toes off the ground when your hands get up, and then exhale, diving down again, bend the knees, send the hips back, draw lower belly in. When the fingers get near your toes, starting to ground your toes down. One more time, inhale, sweeping up with bent knees slightly as you lift up. Maybe you look up to the sky and lift your toes off the ground. Exhale, lowering down, bend the knees, send the hips backwards, lower belly draws in, and your fingers lower down with your toes to the ground. Inhale, sweep up again, toes confirm to the ground. And take the palms together, exhale, hands to your heart. Let's move our hands just over our lower belly, and in Qigong it's called the Dantian, the source of our power. And as we balance with our breath, balance with our movements, we're balancing our source within us, the thriving vitality within us. So let's, with this gesture, move one hand out to the side and reach it as far back beyond you as you can, but keeping your torso straight to the front of you. And then reach it all the way round and then back down to your belly. Reach the other one out when you're ready, and we combine this with our breath, with an inhale to lift up, and an exhale, lowering the hand down, slowly just noticing the energy as you do so. One more time to both sides. Inhale, feeling into any difference between the arms as well and the sides of you. Exhale, taking the arm down slowly. Maybe you slow it down even more if that's best for you. Inhale to reach it wide again, looking around to that side. Feel the stretch and really reach as far as you can. Then lowering the palm down, softening a bit through your aura, through your heart field, balancing and blessing. Great, both hands to your dantian again, feeling into the core, drawing lower belly in slightly, standing tall. Notice the back of your spine, the back of your body, and as if you could just feel the back of your body more than the front than you usually can. Noticing that throughout your session as much as possible. And we always feel the front of our body and kind of notice that more than the back. Well, we feel our back, don't we, and our shoulders, but just noticing the back, I mean, noticing it more. Great, let's inhale, reach the palms up together. And now we're going to turn to one side with the body, the pelvis facing straight. And as you exhale, bend your knees and lower the hands down to that side. Reach up with the hands center, turning your body straight and the shoulders level. And then let's go to the other side. So rotating through your rib cage as you lower the hands down, bending your knees to the ground, coming back to center, and inhale to rise back up to the top. Great, exhale, hands to your heart this time. Now we'll start our flow, our sun salutations as we step to the top of our mat. Feel the feet grounding again. Take your palms out to the side, shoulder blades drawing back and towards each other. Land through your spine. Firm your legs and draw lower belly in slightly again. Noticing the back of the sacrum and the back body once more. Mountain pose, we stand with strength and softness, and we flow with this strength and softness with our breath and our body and our mind. Inhale, reach the hands up to the top. Palms can press together. Exhale, bowing down, bend your knees, lowering and softening into forward fold. Inhale, look forward, trace your hands up your legs to your knees, lift lower belly. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Stepping right foot back, right knee down, and we'll reach our hands up into low lunge. Hands either can stay separate, they can press together, you can interlace them with index finger pointing up, but just keep what's easy for your shoulders and noticing the level of your shoulders. Let's stay here for one more breath, please. Breathing deep as you press to the feet, rising up to the fingers. Exhale, hands down, step it back to plank with an inhale. Press the ground away. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, elbows into the sides as you lower. Inhale, sweep the heart forward, soften shoulders back, press the toes to the ground. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. And anytime you want to rest in child's pose, you're really welcome to. Breathing deep as you rest or engage, noticing your hands, your feet, your shoulders and your hips, lengthening through the spine. Drawing your lower belly and pelvic floor in slightly to feel the pelvis tilting back a little bit more. One more breath. Inhale to lengthen. Now exhale to soften. Inhale, reach the right foot up to the sky, please. Exhale, draw the knee in, step it forward to the top of the mat. If you're having any problems, so I've got fluff on my mat. If you're having any problems, drawing that right foot forward again, you can take the left knee down and just step it forward a few more times until we come to the foot to the top of the mat again. Let's reach up to our low lunge with an inhale to rise, drawing lower belly in, pressing to the ground. Feel the contact with your shin, your feet, and the top of your left foot. Lengthening to the fingertips, softening your shoulders again, choosing your hand options if you have the hands together or interlacing with index finger pointing up. Exhale, hands down. Let's step forwards with an inhale, looking forwards, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold, drawing up through core and shoulders. Inhale, rise to the top, reaching and looking up. Exhale, forward fold down again, all the way. Inhale, let's look forward, lift up halfway, hands to knees. Exhale, hands down, stepping left foot back, left knee to the ground, or you can take high lunge if you want to be a bit more stronger and dynamic. And as we reach up, choose your hand option again, softening your jaw, draw lower belly in. Feeling into the pelvis and noticing the lift from the pelvis. One more breath with an inhale, rising. And an exhale, hands down. Stepping back to plank, please, with an inhale, press the ground away. Exhale, lowering knees, chest, chin, or full body press up, chaturanga with straight legs if you prefer. Inhale to rise for cobra, or up dog if you prefer. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. 3 more big breaths. You can sway out the heels and the hips a little bit. Maybe you've got a tiny slight bend in your knees as you do so. Maybe you just lift one foot up and circle the ankle round. And lifting the other foot up to circle that ankle as well. On your next inhale, lift left foot up to the sky, please. Exhale, draw the knee in, step the foot forward, top of the mat again. Once again, you can keep that right knee down a bit more at the beginning to walk that left foot up the mat. Inhale, let's rise up. You can choose low or high lunge. Lifting through your spine, lighting up your vertebra. Notice the center of your body, and from the center of your pelvis to the center of your crown. Exhale, hands down, stepping forwards with an inhale, looking forwards, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold, drawing up through core and shoulders. Inhale, rise to the top, reaching and looking up. Exhale, let's bow down again all the way. Inhale to look forward to lengthen, lift lower belly. Exhale, hands down, stepping right foot low or high lunge, your choice. Reach the hands up overhead. We take the elbows to the sides. If you're in high lunge, you can dip the knee. If you're in low lunge, just do the arm movements. Exhale to lower the arms and the shoulders in your awareness. Inhale to rise. Keep that going. One more breath. Exhale wide. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, hands down. Keep the right hand down and lift your left hand to the sky. And your right knee can be down or lifted. Noticing the hips and just trying to level them with your awareness, even though the right hip will probably be a bit lower down. Let's wrap the left arm around our back and look back behind us. One more breath, lengthening from the back heel towards the crown of your head and your heart. Lowering your right knee down if it was lifted, and look behind a little bit more, twisting through your rib cage, but be careful. And maybe if you can take your hand to your foot, you can draw the heel into your thigh, feeling the front of the thigh stretch and looking round for monkey twist. One more breath here, and if you just have the simple option of looking back, softening your face, your jaw, your neck as much as you can. Exhale, hands down. Let's step back to plank again. Well done. With an inhale, press the ground away. Strong, lifting through your core and your lower back. Exhale, lowering your own style. Knees, chest, chin, or full press up. Inhale to sweep the heart forward, grounding to the toes and feet, lengthening through to the crown of your head. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. 3 more big breaths, feeling grounded in the square of your hands and your feet in this, well, very long square rectangle. And it connects, the square symbol that connects to your root chakra with red earth energy. Noticing the square in the palm of your hands and your feet slightly. And the square of your shoulders and your hips. Let's now, with an inhale, reach right foot up to the sky, please. Exhale, draw the knee in, step the foot forward, top of the mat. Rising up high or low lunge, your choice. Reach the hands up overhead. As you exhale, elbows wide, maybe tapping that knee down if you're in high lunge. Twice more, inhale to lift up, charging up with earth energy. Exhale to release and strengthen through. With softness, one more breath. Exhale, elbows wide, maybe looking up slightly. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands down, keeping the left hand down, sweep the right hand up into your twist revolve lunge. And maybe again you keep the left knee down or lifted, whatever feels best. Whatever you did on the other side as well. Noticing the hips and just trying to draw up through that left hip as well. Let's feel the right hip leveling. And then let's wrap the arm around our back, looking back behind us. Lifting heart, softening the shoulder, softening jaw and face. And let's lower down with our left knee. If we were lifted, look back a bit more, but carefully. Feel your rib cage. And maybe you keep the hand behind you, or you take your hand to your foot if you can find it. Drawing the heel in, lift through the heart again, the shoulder back. Feel your thigh and notice the stretch there. One more breath wherever you are. Well done. Exhale, hands down, turning forwards. Let's step forwards with an inhale, looking forwards, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold, draw up through shoulders and core. Inhale, rise to the top, reaching and looking up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Great, let's start with tree balance now, and we'll continue our flow with tree to warrior one. So tree to warrior one. And they come after each other in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. So, and also tree comes after mountain pose. So we stand in mountain pose first of all, and let's lift our right foot up, our left in the seam of the leg. So maybe the right foot is just inside the ankle, the heel is pressing there, or to the inner calf, or to the inner thigh. Fixing your gaze forward on one point for your drishti to be calm and level and centered. Taking your hands to your heart when you're ready. Lifting from the ground as you root to your foot. Feel the toes, the outer edge and the inner arch. Lift up through the inner arch, through your core line. Notice your hips widening slightly, engaging your right glute slightly as well. Woo. And then taking your right knee out to the side a little bit more. Let's inhale, reach the hands up high. Exhale, hands out to the sides. Gently bending your elbows. And now let's take Gaya Mudra, actually Pran Mudra again. Little finger and ring finger and thumb touching with the two fingers out like peace fingers, all pressed together. And then we can just move one hand up to the sky and one hand down to the ground. And then go to the other side, one hand up to the sky and one hand down to the ground. One more time, noticing the strength of this leg, rooting to the earth, and gathering this earth energy up as you dance your arms with Pran Mudra. Great, keeping Pran Mudra, extend your hands forward in your own way. And then let's lift the knee forward as well, flexing the foot, stepping the right foot all the way back as carefully as you can and grounding the heel down. Great, let's lift our hands up to the top, keeping this mudra if you want, or you can release it if it feels a bit funny. Softening your shoulders and leveling them again. Feel your thighs and the right glute, pressing all toes down to the ground, lifting up through the inner arch. Let's dance our hands again, one hand lowers to the side and reach the other hand up a bit more this time, curving and arching over slightly. Going to the other side with your breath, inhale to rise and exhale to lower. One more time each side, inhale. Lifting up and curving over. Great, and then going to the other side. Stretching out, feeling into the side bodies with strength and softness. Inhale, let's reach our hands forward and look up, lifting them up to the sky. Lengthen, feel your feet and stretch through your body with this left knee bent and trying to create the left knee really supported, stable center over the left heel in your awareness. Exhale, let's bow forward so you can keep the mudra or release it. You can take your hands behind, reaching them behind. Maybe you just give your hands a little shimmer with the fingers and the thumbs. Maybe you interlace the fingers or with the palms pressing towards each other and drawing your shoulder blades towards each other for humble warrior. One more breath here, feeling both feet extending forwards through your body, the strength through your left hip. Inhale to rise up again, free your hands completely and lift them to the sky. Great, exhale, hands down to the ground. Let's step back to plank. If you want to miss this vinyasa, lowering down, you can just go to child's pose or down dog. Exhale, lowering knees, chest, chin, or full press up, elbows in. Inhale, sweep the heart forward, ground to the toes, the tops of the feet lengthen through your spine, soften shoulders, and exhale, take it back to downward facing dog, or rest in child's pose if you need to. Resting is really nice for you. You can take any of the options in child's pose that we did before, maybe the palms pressed together and the hands to the back of the head. And just catch a few breaths wherever you are, feeling into your breath, maybe sighing out, releasing to the ground, inviting earth energy to recharge, to renew, to release anything that you need to as you sigh out. One more breath, well done. Great, let's come up to our hands and knees now. So if you're in down dog, just go down on your knees and just have a little wiggle from side to side. We'll make it a bit softer. Into the toes, pressing to the ground. And you can either have the toes tucked under or the feet flat, but just notice your toes. One way and the other with your sway. Okay, lifting up to down dog. Let's sway out again, one way and the other once more. And this time maybe you turn the heels one way a bit more actively, bending the knee of the foot of the side that you're swaying your hips to. So if I'm swaying my hips to the right, I bend my right knee, I press my left heel to the ground, and then go to the left with the heels, bend the left knee and press the right heel towards the ground for a big stretch through. Inhale, looking forwards. You can bend the knees and send the pelvis back a bit more, looking beyond the fingers, either stepping carefully to the top of the mat or jumping with a little hop or a few little hops forward. Inhale, lengthening as you come forward, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold, drawing up through core and shoulders. Inhale, rise up to the top, reaching hands up overhead, please. And exhale, hands to your heart, softening your shoulders as we stand here. And let's stand into Tadasana mountain pose once again. Firm the feet down, notice the toes spreading away from each other and softening them to the ground. Feel length through your spine, your heart lifted, lower belly drawing in slightly, and noticing the sacrum and the tailbone lengthening softly towards the ground. So you're not forcing anything and jarring anything and really like tucking anything too much under, but just staying in a steady balance of awareness. Let's go to tree on the other side, and we move our left heel up our right inner ankle for this, or to the inner calf or the inner thigh. So moving your left foot as you did the right, above or below the knee if the foot is lifted. So you're not putting any pressure on the knee joint at all. Notice the left knee out to the side, grounding down through your right foot and the toes, the outer edge, the inner arch, gazing forwards with your soft, trustful, believing in yourself with all of the renewal, the rebirth of earth energy. Let's inhale, reach our hands up, drawing up through the center line of us to the top. And then exhale, hands out to the sides. Feeling into the hips again, the glutes. We'll take Pran Mudra again, touching the thumb to the little finger and the ring finger, softening your shoulders, softening your elbows. And let's sway out the arms when you're ready, noticing the balance, looking forwards, feeling into this side. If it's different, if you've had any injuries on one leg or ankle, it will be. My right leg, my right ankle is always a bit harder for me as well. And then once you've done your swaying, let's reach the hands up overhead again, reaching tall. Take the hands forwards if you can, and then lifting that left foot away from the ground or the leg, stepping it back to warrior one, taking the left heel all the way back. Great, let's reach our hands overhead, bending the right knee, firming the feet down, feel the left glute, and we'll sway our arms again, noticing one hand overhead, arching to the other side, softening the lower shoulder, and then going to the other side with your breath, with an inhale to rise, and an exhale to soften the arm down as the other arm comes ahead, rising when you arch it over, and exhale to soften down. This time let's reach both arms up, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, bowing forwards, feeling from the back heel, and you can take the hands behind you, maybe freeing up the fingers now, give them a little shake, and then maybe just keeping them there with the palms turned up, or interlacing your fingers the opposite way again, so opposite index finger and thumb to your usual grip behind you. This changing your patterns, changing to balance, changing with awareness. Firming the feet, feel the right hip lengthening through your spine as well. Inhale, let's rise up, freeing the hands up overhead, Looking up, lengthen. And exhale, hands down to the ground. And step back to plank again with an inhale, press the ground away. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin, elbows in or chaturanga. Inhale to sweep the heart forward, lengthening through. And exhale back to downward facing dog or child's pose. 3 more breaths in our down dog. And this time we can widen our hands out to the sides, maybe off the mat, turning the fingers out at a slight diagonal to widen your shoulder blades. Breathe deep into the lungs, widening the ribs. Feel the hips and the feet. Pressing back to the feet a little bit more actively to take the weight away from the hands. Then let's take the hands back to a neutral point again. With an inhale, coming forward to plank. As you exhale, let's lower our knees down and lower all the way to the ground. Let's practice Sphinx pose to begin our back bend strengthening series. And we take our elbows under our shoulders, please, wiggling onto the front of the thighs, the front of the feet, pressing all toes to the ground. Lengthen from your toes forward, lifting up through your spine, softening the shoulders back, lifting your heart, your gaze. And let's take 5 big breaths here, breathing deep with an inhale, rising, noticing the lungs expanding in all directions. As you exhale, softening your shoulders away from your ears, softening your jaw, and drawing lower belly in slightly, noticing your pelvis, your legs, your feet. Inhale to lengthen again, looking forwards, feel the heart energy beaming forwards. Exhale, softening through the back of your body as well in your awareness, drawing lower belly in. One more, inhale, rising as if you could inch a little bit, slightly like a millimeter or a centimeter, lengthening from your toes. And exhale, softening, drawing your shoulders away from the ears, lower belly in. Great, you can stay in Sphinx or relax laying fully down to the ground and your hands overhead. If you want a harder back bend, being really careful and mindful, take your fingers out a diagonal again and press the ground away. Draw the elbows in slightly in the upper arms towards each other a little bit in your awareness, and keep a slight bend in the elbows if you're in your seal. Move the hands towards you if you want to get a bit higher, and you're forming a V with your thumb, your index finger, looking forwards, leveling shoulders away from the ears, softening them down, staying for 3 more breaths. If you're down on the ground with the palms pressed together in full body prayer to the earth, you can just have a sigh and fully relax everything, relaxing, and all the way, all the effort, drop away now to soften fully. And when you're ready, coming to this form from seal, please, as you lower down and lift the hands overhead in prayer, relaxing, having a sigh once again. One more breath, sighing out. Great, let's take half bow tonight. So we're going to cross our left forearm to the top of the mat or just beyond it if you're over your mat, and the right hand behind to the right leg. If it can't quite reach, you can use a strap or a belt or a scarf, or if you've got some leggings or any trousers on, you can grab the ankle and pull that towards you to help you a bit more. Feel the foot and trying to move the foot in a little bit so it's not widening out to the side. Notice your knee behind your hip still, and then notice the left foot pressing down. We can stay low, just lengthening through the spine. Feel the right shoulder back and the left shoulder being strengthened. You can move the elbow and then the hand like you're wriggling it a bit closer towards you carefully, and lift up a bit more if you have that in your availability as well. And let's stay for 2 more breaths, please, noticing both feet. lengthening through your spine, lifting your heart, sending the right shoulder back, softening your jaw. One more, inhale to lift, and then exhale, let's slowly, carefully relax down, crossing your forearms now. You can sway out your feet, take your head to your forearms to just soften, maybe sigh. Feel your body relaxing, letting go again, dissolving it back to the earth, renewing and recycling, the rebirth, with springs, rebirth energy, all the buds on the trees and the flowers, the bulbs, all springing with new life. Great, let's go to the other side. Right forearm to the top of your mat, please. Take your left hand behind to the left foot. And again, you can use a belt or your leggings or your trousers. And then lifting up through the front of your body, soften your left shoulder back. Move the right elbow and hand a bit towards you if you lift it up further on the other side. Pressing the right foot to the ground. Notice this side. Trying to keep the shoulders away from the ears, lifting our heart, lengthening through. 2 more breaths again. Breathing deep. Feeling the breath, feeling the foot pulling you back a bit more. Inhale here. And then exhale, relaxing, crossing that forearm over the other as you come to crocodile. And sway up your feet again. Softening your face, softening your jaw, maybe having a sigh. Noticing your belly on the ground to the earth. Great, let's now take 3 wide cobras. So we move our feet and our thighs towards each other to just center. Feel the hands wide to the sides of your mat. Lift your elbows up and angle them out to the sides a bit. Can be on your fingertips, which will strengthen the joints of your fingers and your hands a bit more. Or you can press the palms down, whichever feels the best for you. If it feels a bit scary on your fingertips, don't do it. Please just keep the palms pressing down. And then we inhale, looking forward, lift up our heart, soften shoulders back. Press the feet and all toes balanced. Exhale to lower back down. Keep that going. If you're on your fingertips, drawing the shoulders back a bit more down the back, actively lifting your heart. Keep it going. Exhale to lower. Inhale to rise, lifting through your spine. Feel your pelvis, the legs, the feet to the ground. Your heart up to the sky with your gaze. And then exhale, lowering down. Great, let's take our hands into shoulders. Firm the feet, draw the elbows in. Press your body up either to half plank or full plank. And back to child's pose when you're ready, please. Maybe in child's pose, your lower back feels a bit sensitive. Mine does too. But just this is a really good resetting counter pose. So maybe as we come with our forearms on the ground, we can just sway out our head, sway out our shoulders, noticing the back and just letting that reset through our spine with strength and now with softness. And then let's take our hands back towards our feet and let our head drop to the ground. Notice your shoulders soft, the back of your body, relaxing through the back of your lungs, your kidneys, your heart, and breathing deep to puff them up. So puffing up the back of your body, breathing through. Well done. Saying thanks to your body, thanks to the earth. One more breath. Great, let's slowly come up to a kneeling position, please. And then when we're kneeling, let's sway our hips over to the left and wrap the right leg around the left knee. So the right leg is over the left knee and the left foot is to the outer right hip. This is spinal twist. So if this feels really hard for you to keep this form. You can just have it a bit easier, which is nicer as well. Obviously, with the left leg straight and the toes flexed and pointing up to the sky. You can take your right foot in your awareness and keep the right big toe down to the ground. Wrap the left arm around the right knee and look over that right shoulder. You can use this back hand to turn you round a bit more to look back beyond the right shoulder, turning the rib cage. And if you want to make it a bit more deeper stretch, you can reach the left hand up and the left elbow to the outer right knee, and that turns the front of our body a bit more. Feeling into the front and the back of the body again, noticing the back a bit more with your breath. If you have the legs stretched out, keeping the left foot flexed and the right foot is pressing down, and if you have the left knee bent, both feet are pressing down, rising from your pelvis, looking around, being into the belly and the breath to the belly. With an inhale, rounding the belly, puffing it up against your thigh. Exhale, drawing the lower belly in. And to make it a tiny bit harder, if you want to, you can wrap the right arm around the back, and that stops you from leaning back onto that hand. And you don't have that help anymore, you just look round, staying really tall and strong, and the legs are active. Great, let's come back to a center point, and then we'll shake out our legs in front of us, shaking the flesh from the bones and all the muscles. Maybe you have a pat down. Great, let's go to the other side. So maybe both knees are bent and the left leg is over the right. The left knee is over the right thigh and the right knee is bent with the right foot to the outer left hip. Or we're taking this right leg straight now in front of us with the toes flexed and turned up to the sky. Pressing the left foot to the ground and keeping that big toe rooting down, looking round over the left shoulder. Again, easing into it slowly with each stage perhaps, with each breath. Maybe you're turning more actively through your rib cage, noticing the left shoulder, your jaw and gaze level to be parallel in front of you. If you want to make it harder, you can lift the right hand up and then hook the right elbow to the outer left thigh, turning around a bit more, looking around, actively breathing your belly to your thigh. With an inhale to rise the belly, lift through your spine. Then exhale, drawing lower belly in, turning through your rib cage. And again, if you want to make it harder, wrapping that right arm around the back. Both legs are active, pressing feet to the ground. Noticing the big toe as you turn, lifting your heart. One more breath, please. And then slowly coming back to a center point. Let's shake out the legs again, shake them out, and maybe tap them down again. Giving yourself a clap. Let's move forwards towards the top of the mat. Firm your feet, and we'll lower down with our core. Taking the hands forward, slowly lowering with the back of the sacrum, noticing the lower back and each section of the spine as slowly as you can to the ground. Reach the hands and the feet long, stretching out the whole body, stretching to the fingers and the toes. And then when you're ready, slowly taking your hands to your sides, your feet to be flopping out soft to the sides for Shavasana relaxation. Staying with the legs straight. If you haven't got any lower back issues, if you have any tightness or twinging in the lower back, bring the feet towards your hips, bending the knees, and the inner knees are touching. And then widen the feet out a little bit beyond hip distance apart, so they're a bit wider, maybe even mat width apart if you can do that to the sides. It depends on the width of your mat. And as you soften your shoulders, softening your jaw, your face, Softening and receiving your practice, allowing the whole of your body to soften to the ground, softening with the earth of your body and the earth below you. And like fertilizer now, fertilizing all of those movements, all of the awareness inside of you to grow, to sow new seeds. Imagine that you could, in your imagination, scatter these seeds down through your body, scattering seeds from the crown chakra, the top of your head, all the way down through your face, your third eye, your throat, your heart, across your rib cage, your diaphragm of your solar plexus, across your belly, your sacral chakra, your pelvis, scattering seeds to your root, your tailbone, down through your legs, to your feet, and scattering these seeds down through your arms to the palms, the fingers, the thumbs, resting as you breathe with softness. Possibly you can imagine these tiny seeds, like golden seeds, growing inside of you, shooting with spring rebirth energy, relaxing the whole of your body, relaxing your arms, your legs, your torso, relaxing the back of your body, relaxing your face, your jaw. Relaxing all the way through. And as you stay for a few more minutes, just resting in the stillness, noticing your breath, noticing your body, your heart and mind in this balance, resting to recharge, allowing your heart to swell with love and peace to move through you, all the way through and out to your room, and once again rooting down underneath you with love and peace. And as you breathe, just imagining this circle expanding underneath and around you, above you, with love and peace, out and out and out, to be through your whole home, your whole area, the whole continent, and the whole planet, expanding love and peace even further to the planets, the sun, the moon, the stars, the cosmos, floating in this love and peace, floating in this energy of your soul, of creation. And I read a short metta prayer. Perhaps you can feel this in your heart and send this to all as well. May all beings dwell in the heart. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings be healed. May all beings know their wholeness. May all beings be happy and at peace. Sending this to the earth and all animals, all plants, all energy. As you start to wriggle your fingers, your thumbs and your toes again. Taking a stretch. Maybe you rotate your wrists, your ankles around one way, and then around the other. And slowly in your own time coming to seated your own way. Perhaps you rest on your side for a few breaths. You come to seated, pushing the ground away, rocking, rolling. And as we come to seated, let's take our hands to our heart, please, in Anjali Mudra, with a long, tall spine, softening your shoulders and your jaw, feeling the ground below, and rising from the ground as you root to rise, grounding with your balance, and rising with your growth. Bowing your head to your heart and bowing to each other, please. Namaste.